Okay, hopefully I am in center. Hopefully I can't see myself. Anyway, hey witches, this is Dawn. Thank you for being here and welcome to another episode of Shadow Magic Mondays. Last week I talked to you about the inner child, the lost inner child. So if you want to see that video, I will put a link below, as well as I'll try and make it show up at the end. Hopefully. We'll see. I'm using the back side of my camera, so I cannot see myself. Hopefully everything looks good. We have a storm coming in, so I'm hoping to get this done. There's a lot of hoping in this video. Okay, so this week I wanted to share with you a meditation that I use to work with my wounded inner child, to communicate, because it's very important that your wounded inner child feels safe and feels comfortable to communicate with you. So the first time I did this, it was to make sure my wounded inner child felt comfortable. And I will tell you that the first time I did this, the image that I got was very scary, very dark, very demonic in the way it looked. And I just stayed calm and let whatever was showing this image to me, that I'm here to love and protect this little person, this little me, that is showing me this scary thing. And I felt like it was a defense mechanism. It's because change is scary, and the subconscious mind, it has your programs that you learned when you were a child, and your ego is designed to protect those programs from being changed, because those programs are necessary for your survival. And so it's very important to protect them, that they don't get changed, because then who knows what will happen. So I just showed my inner child that I loved her, that I am here to protect her and take care of her. And that image dropped, that faded away. And what I saw was a little girl, scared and wearing dark, gray, ugly, dirty rags. It just, that image made me think of neglect. That's the message that I got from her. And then since then, of communicating love and compassion to her, nurturing her emotional needs, because she didn't get all her emotional needs met, because my mom was human. She did the best that she could. My mom, I will tell you that my mom raised me very respectfully, lovingly. She did not yell and scream at me and criticize me and put me down. She didn't do any of that. She was very loving and very respectful, and always communicated in a way that was more like I was a young adult. I was a little person. So I'm very grateful for that. However, she was not there a lot of the time, so I was alone a lot. So this wounded inner child needed me to show up in a way that was very calming and loving, and to nurture her emotional needs. And that's what I did at the beginning. And then since then, I use this meditation to ask my wounded inner child to show up. Whatever I'm going through right now, whatever is happening right now, I want to talk to that wounded inner child that is upset, that doesn't feel good. And usually I'll get an age, a certain age will show up. For instance, right now, I'm struggling with some health issues, and I feel that I am powerless, right? But I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't recognizing that. And so I did the meditation, and I called forth my wounded inner child, who is being affected the most right now. And my teenage self came forward, and she said that she felt powerless, that she felt like she did not have control, that other people had to make decisions for her. She was not allowed to make decisions for herself. And when I was a teenager, I was living with my foster parents, and that was the way it was with them. I learned that I had to be powerless to be safe. To stand up for myself was dangerous. I would get punished. So I took that to heart, and I realized it was me not taking action that was allowing this belief to stay in effect. And once I recognized that I need to take action, then I got to a place where, you know, I got to do this. I have got to do this. Not only for getting me out of this stuck position that I'm in right now, but also to let that wounded inner child know that I was protecting her, and that I was taking care of her, and that I was helping her understand her own power, and that it was okay to stand up for herself, and okay to make decisions for herself. So that's the importance of this meditation that I want to teach you. And so I don't know what you're going to see or how it's going to unfold, but recognize that it could be scary at first. You recognize that emotional traumas could bubble up and come up to the surface, and recognize that your responsibility is to nurture that wounded inner child. And when you do that, you will heal so much faster than any other program, technique that I have ever come across. This has been the most impactful, most powerful technique, is nurturing my wounded inner child. And I've gone over that in other videos. I can definitely do it again because not everybody sees those other videos. So I just might do that. But for right now, the meditation basically is, of course, you get relaxed and in a meditative state. And you want to visualize something that is an opening where, like, I visualize a dark cave. It's dark inside the cave, and I'm standing in front of the opening to the cave. And my intention is to call forth whatever wounded inner child needs to speak to me at this moment. And the first time, like I mentioned, the first time I did this, but afterwards, after I started nurturing my wounded inner child for a while, I did this just to communicate with her, just to see how she was doing, and what did she want me to do for her to help her feel comfortable. And so my 6-year-old self came forward and said she was scared. She felt like she was not good enough, not valuable enough for anybody to pay attention to her. And I remembered when I was 6 years old, my mother left me alone for the first time. And she told me, you know, if anybody finds out that I left you alone, the police will come and take you away. So that scared the crap out of me. And it was a very traumatic event. I spent, I don't know how much time in front of the door with my umbrella because it was raining outside. My umbrella was open and I was waiting for somebody to come take me away. That's how scared I was. And so this made me believe that I was not valuable enough for people to stay home with me and protect me. So my aunt and uncle, my mom all left. I was at my aunt and uncle's house and I was home alone. So as an adult, I'm asking her, what do you need from me? And she said, playtime. I want to play. And so taking time out of my day to do something fun helps my wounded inner child and makes me happy. I love doing fun stuff. Who doesn't, right? So taking time to do something that's fun, it's healing, and it relieves a lot of stress, and it helps my wounded inner child feel valuable. Hopefully that makes sense. So all kinds of different messages can come forward, and it's just a matter of going back into your childhood at that age that that child that's showing up is that age that, you know, what kind of trauma did I go through and what did I learn from it? And you can get some clues and ideas on your subconscious programming, your toxic beliefs that could be interfering with your behavior and what you are creating and manifesting in your life today. Okay, so the opening is a cave. It's dark inside, and you call forth your wounded inner child. And this child is going to show up and probably project to you something ugly and scary. But just show compassion and love. Don't get scared. Don't show fear. Just let that image fall away and fade away once she feels like you're really showing compassion and it's safe. And then whatever image comes to you, let it be whatever it is, and ask her questions. Find out, why is she dressed that way? Ask her, and I'm saying her because my wounded inner child is a girl. But, oh yeah, I wanted to mention the gender. If you're transgendered, say you transgendered when you were 10 years old, the wounded child will show up in the gender that you identified with at whatever age that is. So if the 6-year-old shows up and you hadn't transgendered until you were 10, then the gender you identified with or recognized yourself as being at 6 years old was the gender that will show up. I'm not 100% on that because I don't have experience with that. I have not worked with somebody who is transgendered. So just keep that in mind. And it's okay. Whatever shows up is okay, is what needs to show up. So go with whatever shows up, all right? So speaking words of love and compassion, nurturing that wounded inner child, and getting the message from her, what will make you feel safe? What is scaring you right now? And what do I need to do to make you feel safe? You're the parent, you're the grown-up. So it's up to you to help that wounded inner child feel safe. And then afterwards, instead of sending her back into the cave, there is this imaginary, or I don't want to say imaginary, it's in the spirit world. There is a playground where children can go and play with other children. They're about their age. And just let that wounded inner child know that they can go to that playground and play. They don't have to go back into the cave. And that was something that was really cool for me, to not have to send that wounded inner child back into the cave. So you can send that child somewhere. Okay, so that's it. I'm not going to step you through the meditation, actually do the meditation here. I think you can handle it. It's very simple. Just imagine visualize the opening to something. It can be a cave, as long as it's dark, to represent your subconscious mind, which is unconscious to you. So it's dark. And then nurture that wounded inner child. Learn to do that and spend time with that child. And you'll find doing those things that wounded inner child asks you to do is going to help you relieve a lot of stress and build up your self-confidence and your self-love tremendously, okay? So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. And thank you for your comments. Please let me know if you try this or you've tried something like this. Let me know about it in the comments below. So do something today that will make you feel good and bring you joy. I love you all. And until next time, blessed be.